Assalamualaikum.
Oh,
Okay,
Assalamualaikum.
everybody is here now. We will start
Yes.
today's meeting to discuss on the analysis of our Google Form questionnaires that will lead by Farhana. Okay, Anna, you can proceed.
Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum to all of you. So for we have run our questionnaire, right? So we already obtained the result for the questionnaire, which is I will explain briefly on the data that we obtained. Total response that we get is 133 response, which is a total response of all the respondent. So after Shaura cut the only the include just only the valid response, it become 107 respond only. So for so we are going to analyze the data on this 107 response only. So for the analysis, we have divided into 5 points, which is we need to have the background of the problem, which I need only one person to do this part. And then the methodology, also one person. The result, also a person. And discussion, 2 person. And the conclusion part, I need also one person. So, for the background of the problem, can I have Naja to do this part?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so I will briefly explain on what should we include into this background of the problem. For this section, it is the briefly about an overview of our study. So, Naja, you should provide general information of the diabetic retinopathy, and also emphasize the aim of our project. As we already done this before at our first meeting, the objective and aim of our project has been stated at the proposal that we um, proposed to the madam during our first meeting.
Yes.
And then um, this background of the problem is the first section in our report, I guess, in our analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Where is
think that's all.
By the way, I have a question.
uh,
Um, is it the background of problem? Is it similar like introduction for the whole analysis?
yes, I think on what I have read, I think the background of the problem is quite similar to the introduction because the content of the background problem and the introduction of the other research proposal is quite similar. But
So, okay, what?
for the background problem, we need to state like what problem that triggered us to take this topic to do our project to proceed.
So, is it important for me to put like definition of the disease that we choose, and then the prevalence in Malaysia? For I mean, like from the other research. For
Yes, I think that's also important since we need to relate it to the other relevant research also, right? Yeah,
yes.
I think we need to include it.
Thank you.
Okay, so is everyone clear on that?
Yes.
Okay, so next we move to the methodology part. Can I have Iza to do this part?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so for the methodology, um, It's more on we explain the method, what method we did to have our result. So I think we need to put we need to explain the target that we choose for our project, and where can we obtain the target. Other than that, we also can explain what we did, how we did the questionnaire, and also when we run the questionnaire, we run the testing. Are you clear, Isa?
I'm clear. But for the target, we must include the criteria or not.
I think we must include the criteria so that it's become more specific. Like as we propose on the first proposal, we take a diabetic patient which is age more than 40 years old. Okay. Next, I think we also need to explain and on the evaluation and justify why we choose the methodology choice. Why we choose that approach, which is for our study we choose Google Form, right? Spreading the Google Form.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's all for methodology. Do you have any question, Isa?
For the evaluation and justify your methodology.
Mm-hmm.
So does it mean I have to describe more on the section such as like that?
Sorry.
Uh, Evaluation and justify your methodology choice. Does that mean is about the section that we put on the survey, or what does it mean?
Yes, yes. I think you are right. It's about the section that we put on the survey. Okay.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. So we move to the next part, which is result. Result. I think I can. Can I have Alia to do this result?
Oh, okay, okay. Sure.
Okay. For the result, I think result we can take all the result from the response of the Google form. I mean that you need to include all the data, such as also the answer of the every questions, and then the number of participants that answer each of the answer, and then the percentage of the participant that answer each of the answer,
Okay.
and then you need also to transfer the result the spreadsheet that's Excel, Microsoft Excel, into Word. Is it okay?
Okay, okay. No problem.
Okay. Do you have
Um,
any question?
yeah. Anna, I have a question. Okay, do we have to do other tests like chi-square, independent test, independent t-test, or other tests
Mm,
other than the percentage?
I don't think so. I don't think so because we just analyze the patient knowledge and we doesn't associate too much variable in this.
Not much
Mm.
by static.
Yes. That's in our previous proposal also proposed that we only want to assess the knowledge of the the knowledge of the diabetic retinopathy among diabetic patient only, right? So we don't need to include that.
No association. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so next we move to the discussion part. So for the discussion part, I need two people to do this part, which is I divide into me, Rahana, and also Shaura. Is it okay, Shaura?
Okay.
Okay. So for the discussion part, we need to include the interpretation, which is the interpretation we can obtain from the result, which done by the area. And then we need to interpret what does the result means, meaning that we need to have to make a correlation between the data, between each of the data that we obtain. Okay, other than that, we need to discuss whether the result that we obtain mean that meet our expectation or not. Then the result
Okay.
the result that we obtain also can be related to the other research that we found from the website or journal. Do you have
Oh.
any additional information on that? Shaura? uh, so
Azan.
far, that's all that I briefly know on the discussion content. Do you have any other information that we can include in the discussion part?
I think that for I think we can include the limitation.
What do you mean by limitation? Can I know?
Limitation for example, such as our methodology, right? So we do this research right online, so we do not engage with the participant that uh, the- for the
Oh,
participant. So I think there is some limitation that we can include in our discussion.
okay.
Think
Mm,
okay or not?
yes, I think it's okay.
Other than that, I think that in the discussion we should state the recommendation for the further research. For example, we can include uh, many people that not aware about this disease, and then in the discussion we could make the recommendation like how we should uh, do a campaign to increase the awareness to the patient, diabetes patient, and whatsoever.
Oh, okay. I think that's a nice idea. Okay. Is that
So
all?
for the I have question for
Mhm.
the discuss for the relate the result with reliable research. So what are the example that we need to compare with the other research?
Um, for example, in our questionnaire, we have asked the patient if they know the relation between the high blood pressure and also high cholesterol level, right? So
Yeah.
the knowledge on that participant, we can include. We can also. I have found an article on the um, prevalence of the high blood pressure and also high cholesterol level, which can affect diabetic retinopathy. I think we can compare the knowledge of the patient, which is our participant, and also the participant that the journal have. Is it clear?
Oh,
I'm sorry, because
what
I
I
have a
understand.
bad internet connection.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
I understand.
Okay, so is there any confusion on discussion?
No.
No. Okay, next.
Me too.
For the last part, we move to the conclusion, which is can I have Atira to do the conclusion?
Yes, I am.
I can.
Okay. So, in the conclusion, I think it's summarize all the what we call all of this analysis. So, in conclusion, I think Atira, you should restate our project topic, and then also you can restate the objective and aim of our project. Other than that, for this objective and aim, I think you can refer back to our previous proposal that we proposed to Madam Ellie, and then state the significance result, which is as our project what you call as our project targeting the patient knowledge on diabetic retinopathy. So I think you can conclude the result of the patient knowledge on diabetic retinopathy. Is it clear? And I think that's all that I know to be included in conclusion.
I think can I add to 2 points, which is
Mm-hmm.
summarize the main point of our screening and conclude the talk. Our talk with this screening, which is
Oh,
we can create call to action and need to be taken to increase the patient knowledge.
oh, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think we can include that. Hmm. Okay, so is there any question?
Yeah. For the significant result,
Mm-hmm.
do I need to state the one by one, which is the treatment respector, which is the result is low or moderate, or just the overall, the general?
Oh, no, you don't need to put one by one. You just put a general and just pick from the question which is only related to the knowledge of the patient. Okay. Is it
And for
clear?
the restate the project topic, is that I need to state that our project topic is the retinopathy, or I can just put in the aim and objective, which is in one sentence.
I think in one sentence also okay. Because we can also we summarize. Summarize is means that we need to make it short, right? Mm. So I think in one sentence also okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any question? All of you?
No,
No?
For now, no.
Okay. So if there any question, you can inform me in group. Okay, so for now, I think that's all. So I think you can proceed doing your own part. Then we can compile it together before we propose to our moderator, which is Dr. Sabrina. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yes.
okay.
Okay, sir. That's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, for leading the analysis discussion. The next meeting
Oh,
will
sorry.
be the discussion on the final presentation. Okay, thank you, everyone. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Bye.